It was supposed to be just another ordinary travel day. The airport buzzed with the usual chaos, rolling luggage, last-minute boarding calls, and the collective hum of travelers preoccupied with emails, coffee, or boarding announcements. Gate 12, situated at the far end of the terminal, had begun pre-boarding for a late afternoon flight to San Diego. No one expected what was about to unfold to become the epicenter of national conversation. Camille Dawson, a poised and experienced gate agent, stood stationed near the boarding scanner. Her expression carried a quiet vigilance, the kind cultivated from years of dealing with hundreds of faces in transit. Yet today, a shadow of tension hovered over her features. She wasn't new to dealing with confusion over seat assignments or boarding issues, but this was something else. Just then, a couple approached the gate, Nathan and Alana Rivers. They moved with casual confidence, each dressed in travel-smart attire. Nothing flashy, nothing ostentatious. Nathan wore a navy jacket over a crisp button-down, while Alana's light cardigan and sleek trousers gave her an elegant simplicity. They weren't loud. They weren't rushing. And yet, something in their stride, calm, composed, and deeply self-assured, seemed to trigger Camille's internal alarm. "Boarding passes, please," Camille asked, extending her hand. Nathan offered them with a courteous smile. She studied the tickets, her eyes narrowing. "These are first class?" she asked, the disbelief thinly veiled in her tone. "Yes," Nathan responded, evenly. "Seats 2A and 2B. Alana stood quietly, her expression unchanging. Camille didn't nod. She didn't offer the standard, "Thank you, welcome aboard." Instead, she turned, tickets in hand, and walked briskly back to the podium without another word. Passengers behind the couple began to murmur, some craning their necks to see what was going on. Nathan and Alana remained still. Tension slowly spread around them like a thick fog. A few people pulled out their phones, not to scroll, but to discreetly record. Camille returned, eyes hard. "There appears to be a discrepancy with your seats," she said, projecting her voice just enough to be heard several feet back. "I'm going to need you to step aside while I sort this out." Nathan tilted his head slightly. "What kind of discrepancy?" "I'm contacting my supervisor," Camille replied curtly, ignoring the question. "Please wait over there." Alana moved to speak, but Nathan gently touched her arm. "It's okay. We'll wait." And they did, quietly, steadily. But their stillness had a weight to it. They weren't merely waiting. They were watching. A few minutes later, another airline employee arrived. Dana Carver was the supervisor on call, a woman known for her problem-solving abilities and cool head under pressure. She approached Camille, who immediately launched into an explanation. Dana's face gave away nothing, but her eyes drifted to the couple, observing them closely. When Dana finally walked over to them, her demeanor was professional, but notably softer than Camille's. "My name is Dana Carver," she said. "I understand there's been some confusion about your seats." "No confusion on our end," Nathan replied, calmly. "Our seats are confirmed, purchased weeks ago." Dana nodded. "I'll double-check the system. Please have a seat while I look into this." As they sat, Alana leaned in close to Nathan. "This isn't a mix-up." "I know," he replied. Back at the computer, Dana typed rapidly. Camille stood beside her, arms folded, her face tense. "I'm telling you," Camille murmured. "This just didn't sit right. I've had cases like this before." Dana didn't look up. "Cases like what?" "I just had a feeling." Dana stopped typing. Her voice dropped. "Feelings," she said, "aren't protocol. Confirm facts or step aside." And then she saw it, clear as day. 2 valid tickets. No double booking. No errors. First class. Dana returned to the couple. "Mr. and Mrs. Rivers, your tickets are valid. There's no issue. You may board now." Nathan stood. "Thank you," he said simply. Alana followed, her silence sharp as Dana led them toward the gate. Camille lingered near the podium. Her face had begun to pale. She knew this wasn't over, and it wasn't. Inside the aircraft, Nathan and Alana took their seats, wordlessly storing their bags and settling in. The energy around them buzzed. Other passengers who had witnessed the incident whispered and glanced over. Meanwhile, at the terminal, Camille was approached by Dana. "Come with me," Dana said curtly. They moved into a back room, away from the gate. "What were you thinking?" Dana asked. "I told you. It felt wrong. Something about them." "No," Dana interrupted. "Not something about them. Something about you. That's what this was." Before Camille could respond, the phone rang. Dana answered, listened for a moment, then hung up. "That was the corporate office," she said, turning slowly. "They've received complaints. Video footage is already online. You're suspended." Immediately, Camille's mouth opened, but no words came. Her mind raced. This was spiraling faster than she could grasp. Up in the air, the plane leveled off at 30,000 feet. Nathan glanced at his phone. A video had been posted just 30 minutes ago. It showed Camille questioning them, voice cold and dismissive. The caption read, "This is what discrimination looks like." Within the hour, it had 50,000 views. By the time they landed, that number had grown to over 200,000. Back at headquarters, CEO Michael Reeves was on the phone. He had already seen the footage, already read the internal reports. "Get me Dana Carver," he ordered. "I want every detail. Now." Within hours, the corporate team released a statement apologizing to the couple and pledging to investigate the incident. But public pressure mounted. The couple hadn't spoken yet, but their silence added to the mystery and the intensity of the conversation online. The following afternoon, the couple met privately with Reeves in a quiet conference room high above the city. "I'm sorry," he said earnestly. "This should never have happened." Alana spoke first. "Your apology is noted, but we're not here for sympathy. We're here for change." Nathan followed. "This wasn't an isolated mistake. It was the product of a pattern. You've got to address that." They laid out their demands: mandatory anti-bias training, transparent passenger feedback systems, accountability mechanisms for staff, and an independent panel to review future incidents. Reeves agreed. "We'll implement everything you asked for," he said, "and we'll work with you to make sure it's done right." They shook hands, but the couple remained stoic. "Do more than say it," Alana said as they turned to leave. "Prove it." Over the following weeks, change moved fast. The airline published timelines for training programs. They created a public tracker showing progress. Staff received new handbooks, new responsibilities, and new oversight. Camille Dawson's employment was officially terminated. She issued a private apology to the couple, not asking for forgiveness, just acknowledging the harm. Alana read the letter quietly. "It doesn't undo it," she said, "but it's something." And still, they pushed forward. Advocacy groups rallied behind them. Other airlines began examining their own practices. The couple published an open letter that went viral, calling for industry-wide reform. They weren't activists by design, but their resolve had become a catalyst. Their calm that day at Gate 12 had become the blueprint for measured resistance, for turning indignity into action. Months later, at a press conference, CEO Reeves stood beside them as he unveiled the airline's new equity and fairness initiative. Alana addressed the audience with calm fire. "This wasn't about embarrassment," she said. "This was about dignity. For us. For anyone who's ever been told they don't belong." And as Nathan added, "We're not here to tear down. We're here to build better. But we'll keep showing up until that better future is real." They walked off the stage to applause, not just for what they endured, but for what they helped make possible. And far from Gate 12, beneath the thunder of departing jets and the hum of screens flashing arrivals and departures, a quiet truth settled over the industry. Bias has consequences. But so does courage.